Hello, welcome to the 16th episode of the Australian Sport Edition show. I'm your host, BJ. Well, let's get straight into it. Got so much to cover. We've got finals in the action now. We've got so much to cover in the basketball. Straight into the Suncorp Super Netball final series all underway as well. The NRL and NRLW. So let's get straight into it. Let's get on the show. Welcome all, as I mentioned. So, the NBL final series. Now, I do apologise not sharing the last couple of weeks of the NBL for the 1 Central competition in South Australia, and got so much to cover, so much to share with you all. So, I'm going to show you the overall ladder for the women's and the men's competition, and I've got to say, so much has changed, and we will share the final series as well. There's only 2 games on the first week and the second in the net. So we'll get all that, share that, who I think should win the game. So the first ones will be knocked out. The winners will play into the second week. So, and then we'll meet up in a grand final series, what should be a good series. So starting with the women's competition, and we've got 10 teams total for the men and the women's competition. So unfortunately, these teams, there is a top 5 series. So in 10th spot in the women's competition, we're just going to leave it. This is all that ladder. We got Eastern Marriott come in with 2 wins and 16 losses. Really a disappointing season, but find some talent. Good luck. All the best next season for NBL 126. We come to Central District Lions. 3 wins, 15 losses. So a good way to get the last 2 wins from 5 games. Disappointing to end the season, but it is a competition that you want to win games and get back in the hunt for the finals. You got to win and win big, but fortunately did not matter of that. So all the best in the next season of the NBL Central. We come to the 7 Tigers in 8th spot. So 4 wins, 14 losses. So disappointed in this season with all 5 losses and the past 5 losses. And, it happens, not finding that talent. Yes, you got some wins on the board, but not enough to make finals. And, the percentage was not up in the mix. You lost some big games. So all the best in the next season of the NBL Central. We come to North Flames in 7th spot. So this team really had 8 wins and 10 losses, and that team will share very soon had the same amount of win percentage. Made a big difference. And oh my goodness, North Flames actually were a little bit more higher. And they end the season pretty strongly. We come to South Adelaide Panthers with also 8 wins, 10 losses, and lost a little bit of that percent. So must be with include that draw. Has to be a draw to be in front of that, that unlucky. You got to say unlucky. And 1 win apart, it was all Northlands over. Well, got to win big. And unfortunately, didn't matter of that. But these are your top 5, and these 2 teams will go head to head. What a really congratulations to the top 5 for the women's ladder competition. And I'm going to now share with you all in 5th spot. We'll share very, very shortly, and they must win these last 3 games in a row. North Adelaide Rockets, that's Woodville Warriors. Those are 2. Congratulations. Well, one had 10 wins, 8 losses. The other team had 12 wins, 6 losses. So in 5th spot, Woodville Warriors with 10 wins, 10, 8 losses. Well done for the last 3 wins. Taking on North Adelaide Rockets. We'll share where and who I think should win that game. Should be an interesting game, but 12 wins and 6 losses. So I know it's nice to see these 2 actions, and I'll share that very soon. The top 3 are basically set. We'll see. Well done to West Adelaide Bearcat. 14 wins, 4 losses. That's a pretty good effort. 4 losses. And, these are important. Both had the last wins of the season, facing each other with Sturt in second on the same wins and losses. But percentage, my goodness, it has to be by those draws, knowing that they'll be in front, but 120% to West Adelaide Bearcat, 116 and Sturt. So I gotta say, this is gonna be an interesting battle we'll share that very soon. And congratulations to Forestville Eagles, not just 15 wins, 3 losses, the best percent of 123.20%. So that is your women's competition. We'll now share the men's. Let's drive into it. Okay, so very, really a little bit different in the way of the ladder. You know, it is the top 5 again. Very similar teams, but very much different. You know, we'll share that really soon, and we'll get straight into the 10th place, which is North Lanes. 3 wins, 15 losses. And not a best season for them. I think they had chances to really dominate this season, but hopefully they'll bring some more talent, and hopefully future from the juniors will play some great basketball for the North Flames in the NBL Central. We come to North Adelaide Rockets, a Muller team. Fortunately, did not have really the best season, 4 wins, 14 losses, and just unfortunately did not have, not the best season, but had some really good moments. We come to Southern Tigers in 8th spot, and a team will not play finals in the women's as well. The North Adelaide Rockets will play finals for the women's, but Sir Stavers and Southern Tigers, all with 6 wins, 12 losses, as well as the Marriott will also not play finals, but Sir Stavers, will play in the women's competition, so well done for that. Well, LA Bearcats, the men's won't play finals, but the women's will, and South Adelaide as well. Well, we do come to that top 5, so we do apologise. They are playing finals, and 10 wins, 8 losses to West Adelaide Bearcats. Well done to 12 wins, 6 losses for the South Adelaide Pandas. So well done on that point of view. Look, best of luck. We'll share who I think will go and take the win, and who will face the next week, which we'll do now come to Woodville Warriors take on, and that is the 13 win, 5 loss, good effort for 14 wins, 4 loss Central District line. So from a team in the women's comp don't play finals, and the men's in the top 2 is a pretty good effort. And same with the women, the best team in the comp with 16 wins, 2 losses, is incredible. 121.5%, once again, the best percentage. Well done on it, on making top spot. So I gotta say, after this is incredible, 18 weeks later, and we see this action, and well, the teams will be playing finals for the men's. West Adelaide Bearcats, South Adelaide Pandas, Woodville Warriors with Central District Lion, and Forestville Eagles. We now drive into what you call featured. So that's it, the final series, and we got the Innovation Finals on your screen for the men's and the women's, and this is a knockout final. So what we shared just before. So well done for those who have made the final series. So South Adelaide Pandas and West Adelaide Bearcat, this will be playing at Mitchell Park Community Centre. So where South Adelaide host their game as well. The women's game will be at the Light Community Centre. All games will be playing. One will be on the 25th of July, and the 26th of July is the women's competition. So we've got some great final basketball here on the Central NBL1, and I am going for South Adelaide. They're pretty good. They'll take on West Adelaide to take the win. Not my margin, that's the win. I don't like margins and all that. That's more AFL, Aussie footy talk. But, you never know. But, yeah, South Adelaide, and look, I don't know how these two buy it out, but this will be like a knockout for the women's competition. And this is going to be North Adelaide Rockets versus Woodville Warriors at the, like I mentioned, the Light Community and Sports Centre. So one's at Mitchell Park and one's at the Light. So they're different parts of Adelaide. So one's down south and one's down really near like the Port Adelaide western area of the state, baby. Cannot see it. Go on KO. All the live actions there. Check your local guard. So I'm going for North Adelaide Rockets to take the win, and we got the qualification finals we'll now share. Thank you so much. Hope you are all enjoying this. Very special. I do apologise. There's all the finals are in. No more results of who I think should win and all that. But I've got to say, these two actions, Forestville Eagles are automatically into the grand finals. So that's pretty good. 2 teams will be pacing between the men's. We'll start with the women's competition, which this one we playing down at Greenbank College, where I do play my basketball, social basketball inclusive IBP. And I've got to say, pretty awesome to have the women's team going head up against West Adelaide Bearcats. So this is pretty awesome there. And Central District Lions and Woodville Warriors. And this is at the Starpick. So at the Starpick. So one's down at like the Elizabeth area. So that's more the west east area of Adelaide and the south east area, which I mentioned that. So for the women qualification, I'm going for Sturt to take the win over West Adelaide, and I'm going to go with Woodville Warriors. Both teams very much close to each other, so it's going to be a good game. This is going to be a great grand final series, and I can't wait to share your who will face Forestville Eagles, which is at Wayville, which is near outside the Adelaide central of city. So that will hopefully be a good game. I'm not too sure where these games will play in the grand finals yet. So thank you so much for sharing. I enjoyed so much. I have done this for you. And to end the NBL1 series, the NBL, like the National Basketball League, was like the LA 36ers, the Melbourne United, Perth Whitecaps, New Zealand Breakers, all those. I will share all them up to the beginning of the series, up to the end of the series. And I will do my very best to keep you all updated around the globe. I might do some extra special episodes as well of that during the NBL season. But I am going to now wrap this up and let's get into the net sport, which is Suncorp Super Netball competition final series. Well, hello, and I gotta say there's some awesome Central NBL news. Now, I did say at one point, and I do my best to share all the finals of the NBL1, so I am going to go through that on a very different episode. I may share the competition again. I do apologize on that, but even results have been done in the other parts of that episode. I do apologize. I just wanted to get it all done. So moving forward into from NBL1 competition into the Suncorp Super Netball competition, the Australian competition, and we've got two winners here, and I do apologize not even getting this out rather sooner than one of the later finals have hit the Suncorp, and it's been so honoured to share with you halfway through the year. So we had the Thunderbirds, the Adelaide Thunderbirds versus the Adelaide Melbourne Phoenix, and this was played at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre on the 20th of July, 1:30. So, and we also had the back-to-back games at the RAC Arena where the Perth Whitecaps do play their game, and that was also on the 20th of July, 3:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. We had the West Coast Fever take on Sydney, New South Wales Switch. So these two actions go head to head, and these had the semi-final. So we have two winners, and we have two winners on there. Well done to the Melbourne Phoenix, making it into another grand final, 58-56 over the Adelaide Thunderbirds, the back-to-back champions. Well done. Brave effort to come not far from Adelaide to Melbourne to Adelaide, I'm going to say, and a really good action to the action. So if we just really go very nice and short and sweet, look, quarter by quarter, it was 11-13, really even up. Pretty even at half time, 14-15 and 17-18, and the Yellow Thunderbirds really right back to a 14-12 last quarter. So it was really close all game, and knew that LA Thunderbirds knew they needed to win that game, but unfortunately did not matter. Always next season. Well done. And now we got the West Coast Fever now aiming to get their claim back from the pre-season tournament, with LA Thunderbirds winning that one. So it really didn't matter as much as well. So the result, that's it. The result. But well done to the Melbourne Phoenix taking their game one in what could be a beauty, but it was West Coast Fever taking the win in Perth in out of one of two, 77-45. So a 32-ball victory, a very strong win, and now the best team in the competition. And I gotta say, the winner, that's it, this is it. New South Wales Switch versus Phoenix. Now, this is gonna be interesting. New South Wales Switch, Melbourne Phoenix. The winner will take on West Coast Fever, one of the best teams has rocked this competition. And I'm going to say, safe bet New South Wales Swish will win by 3 goals. That's it. Not score results, just 3 goals. It's going to be close. I think Melbourne Vinnick will be in front, maybe half the game, but I think it will be a strong victory. Come back for the New South Wales Swish over Melbourne Vinnick. And West Coast Fever will take on New South Wales Swish. What it should be a fantastic grand final, and congratulations to West Coast Fever making to the grand final. Okay, well, that's a wrap. We'll see you all on the net. Stay tuned for maybe a bonus episode of this one. You never know. I want to shout all out very close to it. All right, let's get and end this episode with the NRL for the men's and women. Well, here we go. The final sport, the NRL, is the National Rugby League. Hello there, you rugby supporters. So I've got a few results and we're missing quite a bit around. So we'll get straight into it. And then also the NRLW as well, which not much behind, but we have 3 rounds to share. We're not going to do ladders, as the ladder is just, we'll share that really soon. We're less than 10 games for the NRL, and for the NRLW just started, so in 4th round. So we get straight into it, and the 11th of July from onwards, and we'll get into our previews as well, including the NRL, and then we'll straight into NRLW. But Sharks versus Dolphins, look, well done Sharks, 24-12, and then we move into some big games, and that was the Friday night game. We had, how many games we had to share? We had 3 games. So Knights and the Storms, well done Storms, was a 32-14 win over the Knights. Well done to the Roosters over the Dragons, 31-24 victory, and a 12 victory Bulldogs taking a nice over the line over the Cowboys. So really good games there. We come to the Sunday 3 games to share, where the game 1 was the Warriors 34-14 over Tigers. We had the Pandas and the Eels. Well done Pandas, 32-10 over Pandas over the Eels at 32-10. And final game for round 19, 2014, Broncos over the Tigers, with the Raiders, Rabbit and the Sea Eagles all having the week off. So we come straight to round 20, just making it nice and smooth. We had the 17th of July, which was a Thursday night blockbuster, with the Dolphins taking on the Cowboys. Dolphins 43, Cowboys 24. Well done with that win. We had the Sharks, a mother domination win, 31-18 over the Roosters. We had the Pandas 30-10 over the Rabbit. We had the Raiders 40-16 to the Eels. We had the Bulldogs taking it over the line, 20-18 over the Dragons. Well done with that. With the Sea Eagles having a week off and taking 18-12 over the Storms. West Tigers taking another big win over the Titans, with the Warriors over the Knights, 22-15, with the Broncos with the bye. So some big games there. We go straight 21, and this really opens up the competition just a tiny bit. Back on Thursday night football for the NRL, and it is the Roosters and the Storms. We will take the Storms, should take another win there. Cowboys and the Dragons out of the double Friday night NRL football, and I'm going Dragons to take the win there. Well, Broncos and the Eels, the second game, and I'm taking Broncos to take the win. Saturday football for the NRL, we have 1, 2, 3 games to share. Warriors and the Titans. We have the Warriors with the win there. Pandas and the West Tigers. Pandas should take care of them, and the Rabbit and the Sharks. Sharks should take a nice win there. Sunday football, we have a double header. We'll find out who is the bye in the moment. Only one team has that. It is the first place Raiders take on the Knights, and the Bulldogs and the Sea Eagles in the second action. We had the Raiders winning over the Knights, and the Bulldogs continue over the Sea Eagles. So there you go. And the Dolphins, that's it, the week off. So there you have it. I really like to share maybe one more week of the NRL, and let's get straight into round 22, and then we'll end from that point. So the Eels and the Storms go head to head on the end of the July of month, with Storms taking the win. We have that double Friday football. We have the Warriors and the Dolphins, and the Broncos and the Rabbit. We have the Warriors will take the win, and the Dragons will take the win. We have Tigers and the Pandas Pandas with the win, and we have 3 games on the Saturday blockbuster. Dragons and the Rainers with the win, and the Sea Eagles and the Roosters with the Sea Eagles with the win. We have 2 games on our hands with West Tigers and the Bulldogs the win, and Sharks and Cowboys, Sharks with the win, and the Knights with the bye. So that's all for the previews of the NRL. We come to the NRLW, and we've got 2 games to share. Well, we're going to get straight into round 3, and 3 weeks later, and we're going to the 4th round. It's been pretty awesome. So the first game, and I've got to say, well done on so many games to share. And I've got to say, like, the Rainers and the Eels big winners, 46-12. Well done on that. We got second game. We had the Bulldogs and the Dragons. Well done, Dragons with the win. We had the Cowboys and the Sharks. Well done, Cowboys with the win. Titans and the West Tigers. Well done, Titans with the win. Brisbane Brokens taking on Roosters with Roosters taking the win. And Knights and the Warriors, and a nice strong victory to the Knights. So I've got to say, anyone can be anyone in this NRLW, and we come to round 4 previews, and we'll leave it from that, and we'll wrap it up. But Warriors and the Titans, really a tough contest, should be a good one. I'm going to go with the Warriors. I think they're from Auckland. It's going to be a good game. I'm going for them. We have the first place Roosters take on the Bulldogs, and I've got to say, another really interesting game, this one, but I'm going to go for a little bit. So I'm going to go for the Bulldogs with this win. We have the Cowboys and the Rainers, and Cowboys should take care of the Rainers. The Eels and the Knights, this should be the game of the round, and I got to say, it's going to be interesting to know, but I'm going to go for the Knights. I think big winner. They're one of the best teams, I think, in the NRLW, and Dolphins, Dragons and the Brokens go head to head, and Dragons will take the win. I think they'll take the win. And final game, Sharks and the West Tigers, Sharks with the win. So there you have it. We have not more than anything but a done and dusted with the NRLW. All done and dusted. Well, let's now finish it off. Thank you so much for listening on the 16th episode of the Australian Sportician Show. I hope you enjoy it. We'll stay tuned for all bonus episodes coming soon with the 23rd episode of the Aussie Footy Show, the BJ Show, Footy Show, BJ, and your co-host Aidan Berry. Hope you all enjoyed the latest The Australian Sportician Show. There's so much coming soon to come with not just sport, but the awards shows coming. We have our top 5 of movies and TV series. So stay tuned for all that to come at different phases of the year. Will come very soon. More special guests here on the BJ Show will be coming very soon. So stay tuned for that as well. Or maybe more. So, alright, thank you so much for listening. I'm much appreciated for your cooperation of supporting the BJ Show. Alright, thank you so much for listening. BJ Show's out. Bye for now.